vocês já me conhecem, meu nome é Maxi, eu sou a representante da g.a.s.t aqui no Brasil. A g.a.s.t é a Sociedade de Preparação Acadêmica e Desenvolvimento de Testes, é a sigla, né, da palavra bem grande em alemão. O que é a g.a.s.t? A g.a.s.t é uma instituição dedicada à área de alemão como língua estrangeira e não tem fins lucrativos. Então, como é uma sociedade, ela também tem membros, que são, entre outros, o Serviço Alemão de Intercâmbio Acadêmico, o DAD, que vamos conhecer mais para frente também, o Instituto Goethe e várias universidades da Alemanha. A g.a.s.t é composta pelo Instituto Testaf e a plataforma multimídia de aprendizado de alemão Deutsch-Uni Online, a DUO, que também vamos conhecer mais para frente. O Instituto Testaf se dedica ao desenvolvimento e à disponibilização de testes de conhecimento e proficiência do alemão, no caso do Testaf e do Onset, e também temos um teste que se chama Test-As, que é um teste vocacional. Ele não testa a língua, mas sim a aptidão da pessoa para a área de estudos escolhida. E pode ser feito tanto em inglês quanto em alemão. E também a g.a.s.t tem 750 parcerias aproximadamente em 100 países, que são os nossos centros de teste credenciados para que você possa fazer esses testes que a g.a.s.t oferece no seu país, ou perto da sua casa. Então, temos o Testaf, que é o exame de proficiência, que geralmente é exigido para quem quer ingressar como aluno internacional numa universidade alemã. Tem o Onset, um teste de nivelamento online. Temos a DUO, que vamos conhecer mais para frente melhor, e o Test-As, que é o teste vocacional. Isso daqui só para ilustrar um pouco mais a estrutura institucional da g.a.s.t. Aqui, realmente, vocês conseguem ver que a g.a.s.t está em todos os cantinhos do mundo com seus centros de teste, inclusive no Brasil, temos centros de teste credenciados para fazer o Testaf e o Onset. Também o Test-As, para encontrar um centro perto de você, por favor, vá no site do Instituto Testaf e procure o centro mais próximo. Por enquanto, vocês sabem que não vai ter esse tipo de atividade por causa da pandemia, então estamos aguardando novidades aqui dos parceiros do Brasil. Porém, em outras partes do mundo, já está voltando a possibilidade de fazer esses exames. E a DUO está sendo usado aqui no Brasil no âmbito do Programa Idioma Sem Fronteiras Alemão, que já ouvimos um pouco sobre isso da Denise. E essa plataforma digital para aprender alemão, ela foi desenvolvida na Ludwig-Maximilians-Universität em Munique, junto com a cooperação da g.a.s.t, e ela é direcionada ao público acadêmico. Então, ela tem conteúdo específico para esse contexto, né, universitário, acadêmico. A minha colega vai explicar um pouco melhor daqui a pouco. E ela também tem uma possibilidade para quem quer trabalhar na Alemanha, também pode fazer um dos cursos da DUO. Para a próxima palestrante, eu vou anunciar, é a minha colega, a Katrin Krause, a diretora da DUO lá na Alemanha. E ela vai incluir uma atividade didática na fala dela e a gente gostaria de receber ou de escolher 3 a 4 voluntários da plateia, da nossa plateia virtual, que gostariam de participar desse exercício, que é um exercício de nível A2. Então, quem tiver esse nível, estiver disponível, por favor, se manifestem no chat e a minha colega Giovana vai selecionar as pessoas que vão na próxima fala entrar para fazer o exercício. Então, para as perguntas da próxima palestrante, que é a minha colega da Alemanha, que vai fazer a apresentação em inglês, também peço que, se possível, façam as perguntas na sessão de perguntas e respostas em inglês para ela, para que ela possa também responder depois. Bom, vamos ver, então, aqui. Então, eu vou mudar para o inglês, para a Katrin saber que é a vez dela. Muito obrigada. Katrin, now it's your turn. The stage is entirely yours. Please come with us. Turn on your camera and microphone. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Maxi, for the introduction and presentation also of g.a.s.t. You can see my presentation, right?
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Okay. Well, greetings, first of all, to everybody from Duo, and my excuse is that I'm the only one here who doesn't speak Portuguese. Very sorry for that. But then looking at the theme of this meeting and the symposium, it may be a nice change to listen to some English and later on some German. As I move to the survey, a lot of you do speak German. I think some German at least. I think it was like 60% almost. So you will understand what I have to say later. What I would like to do in the next 15 minutes is to give you an idea, short idea about the concept of Duo, the pedagogical, the didactic concept of Duo. And I would like to take you to the platform so that you can have a short look and maybe get a brief feeling of what it is like to learn on this platform with Duo. And I would like to conclude afterwards with some ideas of how you could use Duo at your universities or institutions. What you see here is the course modules that are currently available with Duo. The course modules cover all the levels of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. As one would expect, on the basic user level, the focus is on everyday life, but there's also a quite clear orientation already towards topics related to studying in Germany. For example, students learn how to master communication in the international offices at the university, or how to find a room in the student hostel, just as examples. On the independent user level, there are various study preparation courses with different focuses. There's also test staff training course. And there is, that is a little bit apart from the academic orientation that we actually have. There is one course for professional needs or professional needs in business. And then on C1, C2 level, for these proficient users, the focus is on language for special purposes and propedeutic courses for almost all study fields. That you can have a short look here. And then all these modules, course modules, then they can be used in different ways. Actually, there is three main modes of learning. If you go to our website or you book a course with us through our website, you have the choice to just use the material, the content of the modules, and learn without a tutor. You can imagine one aspect of learning with Duo, or one concept behind Duo, therefore, is autonomous. We have an approach of autonomous learning that we support, that we want to develop with the learners. But of course, it also needs already some skills, especially if you learn without a tutor. The other two modes of learning are with a tutor in different intensities. You may have a more intense or less intense tutoring when you learn with in our Duo courses. What does it mean, more or less intense? Maybe I should give you a short idea about the different methods that we use. In the center, of course, is the learner with his learning goals and his learning styles. If he learns without a tutor, there is a vast variety of different tasks and exercises in the content that he can choose from, and that he can go whatever path is suitable for him. And since he learns without a tutor, or if he learns without a tutor, there is different support mechanisms integrated in the platform. He gets or she gets system feedback. We call them these exercises self-correcting exercises. So he gets automatic feedback from the system. He may write texts and get some kind of feedback by an e-assistant, by an e-tutor that gives hints on what needs to be changed, what needs to be corrected. And there is also in certain exercises or tasks, sample solutions that the learner can refer to. Another support that the learner gets, especially when he learns by himself, is, let's call it back office support, the usual support that needs to be there, IT support in case of any difficulties. There are guided tours available that explain learning with Duo, and there is learner support that he can or she can always contact our colleagues in Munich, in our office in Munich. But then, as we all know, learning is a social process, first of all, and we recommend the other modes of learning, not learning without a tutor, but learning with a tutor and learning in a class, so that you have classmates that you can communicate with. Communication is done through different tools. There is a discussion board where different topics can be discussed. There's a chat room. There is a wiki, we call it Codex, so documents that the students can work on together and present and yeah, work on a product that can be presented in the end. And there's a virtual classroom. Now, learning in a class is not really recommended without a tutor. There needs to be somebody who facilitates this learning in the group, especially. So the main task of or one of the tasks of the tutor is to facilitate this learning together, facilitating the chat, facilitating the discussions in the forum, etc. The tutor has other tasks or functions. Very important, the aspect of motivation. Learning apart from each other, mainly in your own room with your computer, is not always easy. So he needs to, or the tutor needs to support motivation, motivate the students, give learning guidance, tips how to organize your learning day or your tasks, and also the tutor sends a syllabus and learning plan that the student is recommended to follow. If the pace of the student is not the pace of the class, then this learning plan will be adapted by the tutor. The tutor corrects, of course, assignments. There are written and oral assignments, and the tutor gives general feedback to the performance or to the progress of the learning. These are the main aspects, I would say, on the platform. To sum up very shortly, I don't want to make it very long because we want to go to the platform and have a look together, but just to remind you of some concepts that you have heard about, surely these are the concepts that are behind Duo and the development of content for Duo. The authentic material, for example, we use, you will see there's videos, authentic videos, interviews, for example, or video reportages. There is, of course, texts that are taken from the internet. Also, there are links. The students is asked to go to the internet, do some research, and come back. So there is all, we support all skills, language skills, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Two other important concepts is the learning through actions. As I mentioned, the learning is all done in situations, like I mentioned before, finding a room or a communication in the international office. So these are situations that may happen in the real life, and these are the topics of in the content on the platform that the students act within these situations. And they have tasks that may also occur in the real life, especially at the universities, that they have to solve during their learning. Yeah, let's, I guess, have a look at the platform. I need to quickly change the screen sharing to go to the platform. Is there anybody, Maxi, who would like to participate in our short German course?
Yes, I believe 4 people have been selected, so please come forth.
I have to go. Is it okay? Ramiro, Rafaela, is that right? Because I don't see anybody yet.
Yes, I can see Ranice. So, Ranice, por favor, você pode agora. O seu microfone está liberado e
Sim.
A câmera também. As outras pessoas eu não vejo aqui na lista. Ah, agora, Esteban. Ok, as pessoas. Katrin, people are getting there. Just a second.
All right.
Okay,
I'll just do a short introduction to the platform.
Okay.
We start here with A2 level. This is the view that you have when you choose to learn with A2. Let's have a look at the A2 level that I just chose as an example. You can see here on the top of the platform, there is a certain tools that can be used by the learner. There is tools to look up words, vocabulary. There is a part for the grammar. I want to mention that the grammar is really not the main focus in our courses. It is really considered a tool for using the language or acquiring language, using the language, and it is a little bit hidden in the tasks, because you need the grammar only to fulfill the final task or the product that you will need to present in the end. You can find here the chat room, the forum, the discussion board, co-text. So these are tools that are up here. And here you see the topics of one module, A22. It's about Freizeit, Warenwelt, communication on the road, traveling, and so on. Let's choose the beginning, the first chapter, we could say. And you see here, this is how it is built up. You can see here that this first chapter, activities in your free time activities, consists of 4 tasks. Yeah, this is how you navigate through the tasks. And each task consists of exercises, Übungen here. The Übungen, the exercises are really the first step to be able to solve the final task. Yeah? And here, for example, in this part, the final task is here, or the first task, and the final product or final, what you should master in the end is to speak about your experiences, or what do you do in your free time, and you do this in a forum. So you write and discuss in a forum. There are some helping Sprachmittel that you can have a look at before you go to the forum, and you're supposed to use these in the forum then in your discussion. I don't think we'll see this anyways. I go back to them. All right, now let's have a look at one exercise. Wer macht jetzt mit? Können Sie sich kurz vorstellen?
I think our volunteers are ready. Então, por favor, os voluntários já têm áudio e vídeo liberados. Então, se vocês puderem se apresentar só rapidamente.
Wer spricht gerade? Hallo gesagt. Wie heißen Sie?
Können Sie mich hören?
Ich kann Sie hören. Wie heißen Sie?
Hallo, ich heiße Esteban. Ich komme aus Jaboticabal, São Paulo.
Aha. Okay, vielen Dank, Esteban. Haben wir noch einen zweiten Teilnehmer? Eine zweite
Hallo.
Oh,
Hören
ja.
Sie? Ja, ich bin Ranice und ich komme aus Südbrasilien, Santa Catarina.
Wie ist Ihr Vorname, bitte?
Ranice.
Ranice. Also wir haben Esteban und Ranice. Ich fange mal an mit Esteban. Esteban, ich fange mal an mit Ihnen. Was fällt Ihnen ein? Welche Ideen, welche Wörter kennen Sie zum Thema Freizeit?
Und Thema Freizeit. Ah, Computerspielen.
Computerspiele. Das schreibe ich gleich mal auf. Computer. No. Sie dürfen gerne, ich weiß jetzt nicht mehr, Esteban und die andere.
Ranisse, einfach Ranisse, ja. Kann ich auch sagen?
Sehr gerne.
Faulenzen.
Faulenzen, das ist ein schwieriges Wort. Faulenzen heißt faul sein, nichts tun möchten, am liebsten nur im Bett liegen. Sehr schön.
Jein.
Nein?
Ja und nein meinte ich damit. Nein. Jein. Lesen.
Lesen. Aha. Ja. Esteban, noch ein Wort von Ihnen?
Ich habe keine Idee.
Keine Idee?
Selten.
Selten,
Ja.
super.
Schwimmen.
Danke. Sehr gut. Okay, Leda, funktioniert Ihr Mikrofon?
Denke, hören Sie mich?
Ja, jetzt höre ich Sie. Ein Wort von Ihnen?
Reisen.
Sehr schön. Vielen Dank. So, jetzt schauen wir mal, ob wir das richtig gemacht haben. Also Sie müssen sich vorstellen, you have to imagine that the student would be doing this by himself. Yeah? And then he would go down here on check and he would see his own solution and change, go back to solution, and he will see the suggestions, yeah? And he can compare, is it right what I did, what are other ideas, yeah? So this is one example of giving a sample solution. Let's have a look at one more exercise. Noch eine Übung für unsere Teilnehmerinnen. Übung 2. Can you see exercise 2, or do I have to share again? Können Sie die zweite Übung sehen?
Ja.
Ja, okay, super. Dann, Leda, auf Bild 1. Was machen die zwei Leute? Was machen die zwei Männer?
Die Männer, die sind in der Bar. Der
Okay, also
eine
hier
hat
in eine Kneipe gehen.
Ja, in eine Kneipe. Sie sind in einer Kneipe. Der eine hat ein Krug Bier in der Hand und der andere sitzt da. Und
Dankeschön. Jetzt habe ich vielen Dank. Jetzt habe ich die Bilder getauscht. Bild 1. Esteban, was machen die Leute in Bild 1?
Sie ins Theater gehen.
Ins Theater gehen. Ja? Und die andere Teilnehmerin, nicht Leda und nicht Esteban. Bild 2.
Entschuldigung, die Antwort ist für mich?
Egal, ja, egal. Was machen die Leute in Bild 2?
Oh, Sie ein Fußballspieler sehen.
Ist das richtig? Okay, wir schauen mal. Ein Fußballspiel ansehen. Und in Bild 3, was machen die Leute?
Sie essen.
Also ich würde sagen, Freunde zum Essen einladen. Ja? Und so geht das weiter. Jetzt schauen wir mal, ob wir das richtig gemacht haben. Check. Und Sie sehen, das erste ist richtig, ins Theater gehen, aber das zweite ist das hier, ein Fußballspiel ansehen.
Einen Ausflug machen.
Ganz genau. Also da kann ich jetzt als Lerner einen Neustart machen, hier unten nochmal anfangen und die Übung nochmal machen und korrigieren. Ja, denn das hier, ich glaube, das Fußballspiel ansehen, das ist hier unten, rechts unten. Und das hier ist ein Ausflug machen. Vielen Dank, dass Sie mitgemacht haben. Das nur ganz kurz als Einblick, wie diese Übungen aussehen und wie man das Feedback kriegt als Lerner. Jetzt gehe ich noch mal ganz kurz zurück in, ich glaube, hierhin und möchte Ihnen noch zeigen, wie zum Beispiel ein Hörtext sich anhört bei uns.
Juli in Deutschland. Aber der Sommer macht Pause. Es ist kühl und regnet oft. Was machen Sie bei diesem schlechten Sommerwetter? Das fragen wir heute die Menschen in Berlin. Hallo, was machen Sie bei schlechtem Wetter?
Gestern Abend hat es ja sehr geregnet. Ich war trotzdem im Wald joggen.
So in the end, after having some exercises with this listening text, you will have to present in a chat what do you do if the weather is not very good, and what do you wear, and so on. Following is some reading, comprehension, and the last task is to present something in a poster, what you can do in all right, so far, thank you very much for participating. I go back to my presentation for a last slide.
Os voluntários podem desligar o áudio e o vídeo. Muito obrigada pela participação.
So yeah, what this was just an example how learners would learn, of course, independently on our platform. Now, what can you do as an institution or university with Duo? There is, I would say, three possibilities. You could use our content and have it tutored by Duo tutors or Digitale tutors, which Digitale is our partner in Brazil. You could use our content and the modules and have it tutored by your own teaching staff. And a third mode is to use our content in a blended learning format, which we have very successfully applied already in Brazil. I think Tiago will in a few minutes speak about Idiomas Sem Fronteiras, which is a kind of blended learning concept. Also in Paraná, it was used in a program Part 4, and we use this blended learning approach also at universities in Germany and on other continents. If you are interested in using Duo in a blended learning concept or approach, we would of course discuss together with you what are your needs exactly. What do you want to integrate, what parts of Duo, and what should we focus on. We also have material that can be used in the classroom, in the face-to-face classroom, that could be integrated, and the aim would be to really have a very purposeful approach or concept to learn online and in the classroom in an integrated way. Yeah, that's, I guess, the main things I wanted to present. If you have any questions, please refer to our website. Please also refer to our partner, Digitale, or this website, their website. And of course, there is a little bit of time, I guess, a few minutes to answer some questions, and you may also contact me by email. Thank you very much.
Katrin, we have time for one question. There are a couple of questions in the question and answer section, so if you will be able to answer them afterwards. Even a question in German, so that was really great. So I have selected the following questions. How do you know, Amanda Araujo is asking, how do you know that the lessons and activities engage students?
Advantage of, or one of the advantages of a learning platform is the management system behind it. Yeah? And of course, there is ways to monitor the activities of the students. But I guess the first approach is the tutors who motivate the students regularly, and also they give feedback on us, to us, who are students that are very active, who are students that maybe need to be motivated from our side. Yeah? But also the system shows what are the exercises that are done frequently, or who are the students who do a lot of exercises, who log in regularly or not so regularly. So these are ways to see if students really participate and use the content.
Okay, thank you very much, Katrin. So if you would be so kind to answer some of the questions in the section. So thank you very much for being with us from Germany. I know it's late already, but thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.